Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in the Giants Editor, and I'm Jewel. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I do map making tutorials for Farming Simulator 22. And if you want to learn about it, you can look at my playlist, and I have a lot of different videos teaching you different things and how to do things on the map or in the Giants Editor. So now we're going to go ahead in this episode and do the BGA bunker silo. As you can see, it's highlighted in the scene graph. I already have them in place, already fixed my ground, so you need to do all those kind of things. I haven't painted everything, obviously. I'm not worried about painting stuff right now. But we got them situated. We're pretty much going to be satisfied with putting them here. Now, on a previous episode, I explained to you about you needed to, if it's a blank map, if you're not putting this stuff on a place that's already got the farmland info, then you need to make it. So we're going to hit the info layer and we're going to hit Control R over this area because it selects this area. And I already had painted a little bit there, so I took some away on purpose. There's a reason for that. Actually, I'll go ahead and take a hair bit more away, I guess. I was trying to save on the money for it, but technically you're going to be buying it right there in that by that mixer thing, so it should stay the same price. So I should be able to add that back in. But for now, I'm not going to worry about adding it back in. So basically, it's showing that this is all we own right here. It's saying we don't own that or this right now. Now, obviously, we did those on previous episodes, so you need them in there for it to work. Okay, so I guess for the video's sake, I better add it back in. I'm not worried about painting all this perfect right now. That's not even my point right now. That's good enough. We got anything that had an XML uh, in it is painted. So, but since we painted that, I'm gonna roll down so you can see it. There's the farmland that it is. I already have it situated in the XML farmlands for farmland. You need to go ahead and learn how to do that. So I'm not going to recap all that in this video because that's not what this video is about. But I'm just letting you know that it won't work in game if you don't have your farmlands right. That's all I'm trying to say. So go back and watch my farmland video, and hopefully it gives you enough information that you can understand it enough to get to this point. I haven't painted all my farmland, as you may see. It's the rest of it's not. I have like a couple areas I hadn't fully done it, but this area has this painted so that this right here will work in the game. So, and you have to have it set up in your XML of your farmland. So if you don't have this information to do with this BGA in there, then it's not going to do what you want it to do. I would copy the one that the main game has if I was you, and just copy and paste it in your farmland XML. And of course, that's if you have it uh, like mostly blank, like you don't have a whole list already still there, because then you'll be accidentally duplicating one of the same ones if you had the whole group of farmlands in there anyway. Just make sure you don't have a duplicate of that BGA information that it shows. But anyway, once you do paint it or move it or change it, which I'll be changing it again later, but this is just for this video, go ahead and come to scripts, map, and create ground collision map, and just leave it alone. That's what I do. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. I just, that's my process. I think that it is, but, that's what I do. So, wait till it finishes. Once it finishes, then I'll get into adding the BGA bunker silo. I have a video already about how to do this on the main farm, so you can just go back and look at that one. Or just watch this one, and I'm going to be showing you how to add these two in. So it'll be two new ones. So now we can turn that off, and we can hit save for a minute since we just did that. I'll do that, and that saves all that we just did. And now, after you've gotten all your ground ready, everything done, farmland situated, we can add the bunkers. If you don't have these bunkers in here, you need to go to File, Import, wherever your game is installed at. It could be C drive or D drive or wherever. Go there. If it's on C drive, it might be under Program 85, Files 86, and then possibly Steam, then Steam Apps, and then Common, and then there's the PharmaSim 19 one, then Data, and so on. Now mine's here, so we're going to go to Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, PharmaSim 22, Data, Placeables, Plan ET, and Bunker Silo, BGA. Click on it, click Open. Alright, once it opens, it will highlight right here, and you're gonna, as long as it's highlighted, hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and it's gonna pop over here. And as you can see, it placed it down. That means I gotta smooth that ground out right there. Okay. But anyway, it place it down. Then you can be adjusting it to how you need it. You can twist it. You can put it however you want it. You can put it wherever you want it. Whatever you want to do. Make sure it stays on the farmland area that you painted. And on the front edge, you need to get in close where you can see. And the translate Y spot is going to let it move up and down. And you can take away some, and you see it goes down. Then you could say, well, that was on 44, so let's put it on 30. And it's not quite right, so we could go back to like 20. That's not quite right, so we could go to 19 or 18, almost there. So we could go to 12, and that's getting pretty close. And you just go and go and go until you hit where you think it's really close to level or smooth without being under the ground. And obviously that area can be smoothed down. You can see that it's clear here, so I just didn't quite replace it flat right there, like meaning you can hit replace feature, hit sculpt mode, put it on replace up here, and right there, and then click where you know it's good, like say here, and then just get all that took care of, like so. And I'm going and replace it on over here. That should be okay. Alright. Alright, so hopefully I didn't mess any of mine up. Nope, it's good. Okay. So that's what you do. Just get it adjusted however you need to. I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it. Alright, so get them, but copy another one in the same way you got that one in. Put it next to it wherever. Put these together safely, like so. Try not to go in each one of them. Like when you're pushing them together, try to get it where it's not in the other one per se. It can tend to flicker in some cases. I may move these a little bit later, but for now that's good. And if you're new, look back in my playlist. I have a video how to do these mixers here. Add that XML and the charging station, the weigh station, and the biogas station, and the BGA hall. So check back and see. And now we're going to have a video about these. So now once you have it all set, you got it squared away, you need to make sure you click on it, and then roll up and make sure you click on the full group, like the parent. See how if you open it, it has all this under it? You need the main group, so the main parent. Okay, the other ones are called the child or children. We're going to pick one at a time, but in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and put it in the placeholders folder. Now, I've already done that, but if you don't know how to make a placeholders folder, look back in my playlist and there's something that shows you how, or briefly I'll show you. You need to make hit create, hit transform group, title it placeholders. I'm not going to do it. Just title that placeholders right there in that name box right there. Excuse me. Once you do, click on it to highlight it. Make sure it's highlighted. Put this on script callback. Click add. Excuse me. Before you hit click add, hit on in lowercase c capital lowercase REATE. Then hit add. Then it'll put this box here, and then you're going to type capital P, and then you're going to write the word placeholders, the rest of it lowercase, placeholders, dot, and then lowercase on, capital C, REATE is lowercase, and now you have a placeholders folder. Now, obviously, I didn't name mine placeholders, but you don't technically have to, but you should. And so now that's a placeholders folder, but I already have one, so I'm going to delete it, but that's what it would do. So I'm going to delete that. Alright, so my placeholders folder, as you can see, is here. Same information, it shows that again because it's already added it, so it went back to the original, what it was, okay? So don't get confused by that. Go ahead and click on the silo that you got here. Let me click on it so you can see. Click on it, and then you're going to hold down your middle mouse scroll wheel. And you're going to hold it, keep holding it, and while you're holding it, put it to this area, and it's going to highlight, and then let go when it highlights, and it'll drop it in here. And do the same for the other one, and then they're in here now, and you're good to go. Now, they'll be hidden in the game when you load into the game, but they'll be visible in here in the Giants editor. The reason it does that is because you're going to be adding this information for these, where they're at, like the location, this translate and rotate information into the Placeables XML folder. That Placeables XML folder is going to tell the XML for the silo XML, the BGA bunker silo XML folder, to pull the i3D from the main game, and I'm going to show you that real quick. Okay, so we're going to go over here and look. You're going to go to D drive, Steam library, Steam apps, double clicking all these, common double click, Barnstone 22 double click, data double click, Placeables double click, Plan ET double click, bunker silo. Okay, now this XML is what will be called from our Placeables XML. So we're going to put that XML information in our Placeables. Then it's going to call it, and we're going to open this one, and it's going to come and say, get that i3D. Okay? Get the image. Get whatever's in here. If there's anything else in here, it would tell it to get it. Okay, I'm going to close that now. Now, we're going to go back to that other area. Right there. And once that said call that i3D, this is the i3D it's telling it to call. And this is the store information image that it's telling it to call. So it's telling it to go get this and open it and put it in the in-game. That's the one that's going to be in-game, not the one that's in our Giants editor, because we put ours in the placeholders folder and it's going to hide it. And it'll let it be so that we can see it in Giants editor, so we can paint around it, work around it, and we're not working blind, you know. But if we left it out of the placeholders folder, and we also put it in the Placeables XML, then we would have two silos on top of each other. They'd be right in one another, and it would cause problems. So you have to either delete one, the one in Giants editor. Let me go back there. You either have to delete it, so I could delete that after I put these numbers in the Placeables XML. I could delete it, or I could put it in the placeholders folder. It's either choice. You got two choices. If you don't have a placeholders folder, then after we do this next step I'm going to do, and you save it, then delete it. Okay? So now we need the information. Now I already did this, and I'm not going to repeat it. So if you really can't understand it, what you need by me just explaining it, then go back and watch the video I did about the BGA bunker on the main farm using XML. Okay? But in this one, I'm just going to say what I did to get the information, and then I'm just going to go put the information in, and we're going to go in and test it because it's going to take a while. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go explain it real quick. So basically, pretend we just went in the game and we made a game save. meaning we pick one of the slots they give us, and we need to memorize what number it is. And so say it's 15, because that's the one I usually use a lot of times. Okay, so we're going to memorize. Okay, we use 15. We're going to go in our map. We're going to go to the area where you buy the stuff, those 3 lines, and and go in there and buy this same BGA bunker, silo, and we're going to place it on our map. You have to buy it, place it. Then you're going to hit save. Do not do anything to it. Do not put any grass in it. Okay? Save it immediately and get out. And then go to where I'm going to show you. You're going to come here, go to Documents, My Games, Farm Sim 22, and then you're going to come down to whichever save game you chose. So in my case, say it was 15, whatever. I don't even have one in 15, I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't think so. Let me see. Nope. But anyway, you'll go to the one you did it in. I'm going to try to find one that has one. Here's one. Now, I don't know what game save this is, but we're going to go edit with Notepad++ in the Placeables XML. Okay? And in this case, it does have one. So pretend this was one you added. Okay? Like the one you bought in the game that you just went into. And you saved it and then you left. You come into that Placeables folder of the save game that you saved it on. And you're going to come in here. And then you find it, the bunker that you did, whatever you did, and you're going to click there, left click, hold it down, lift it up, let go. Right click, copy. Then click off of it and you can close it. Okay, then we're going to go to Documents, My Games, Farm Sim 22. Now, hopefully you've put your map in the mods folder. You should be working from your mods folder. Then you're going to go to your map. Go to your XML folder, or if yours don't look like that, you're going to go to, say yours looks like this, you're going to go to Maps, Maps US, and then the Placeables.xml. Alright, so I'm going to go to the one mine looks like. It doesn't matter where it is. Yours don't have to look like mine. Right click on it, edit with Notepad++, and as you can see, I have 3. Now I've already added those, but I'm going to show you how to add it, and then I'll delete it. Okay? So in this case, what you would do, depending on where you are and what your XML looks like, if you're up here on these, where they're one-liners, you would click at the end of this and hit enter. But if it's on one like these, you need to click at the end of the thing that has this / in it. See, this one don't have it, and this one does have it. So you would click right at the end of that one, and then you would hit enter. Okay? Then you would right click here and click paste. And now I have another one in there. And you see it says ID 4, so that one has a 4. We don't need it to say that. So I would have to look through my IDs and make sure I put an ID that is not on none of these other ones. And in that case, it'd be like a 2, because there's no 2s anywhere. So that's a 22. So that would fix that. Make sure they're not a duplicate ID. Then I would go in the Giants editor. We're going to go in. But first, if you have 2 of these, you're putting 2 in, like I'm putting 2 in. Since I already have it copied and it's copied in the memory of the computer, because we copied it, it's still there. We're going to put this right at the end of this close, right after the one we just added, and we're going to hit enter. We'll right click and we're going to click paste. Now we have 2. Forget about these 3, because that's the ones I already did. But pretend that them ain't there and we just added these 2. So then you're going to look it over, and then again change the ID. Make sure it doesn't match any of the other IDs. Pick a number. It doesn't matter. You could even pick 25, whatever, as long as it ain't none of them that say that. Okay. Now we're going to delete these, but you're not. You're going to keep them, because I already have them. But we will delete them in a second after I put some numbers in it, and then I'll delete it. But make sure that all this says 0. When I told you not to put any grass in there when you go in game, this is why. This state right here where it says 0 needs to be 0. Fill level 0. All this stuff needs to be what it is. And if you add grass in there, you're going to change these numbers. Then when you put it in your XML area, then your player goes in the game to do your map. It's going to be all messed up where they can't add the grass because you're already in the next stage. You see what I'm saying? And it's not even going to show any there. So make sure it's at 0. And if this is not on the main farm, you don't have to add the default property true. You don't have to add that if it's not on the main farm. But I didn't even add the other one, which I'm going to add it up here to the one I did do. I forgot to add it, but that's the main farm one, and these two are the real BGA one right here, and these are the two we just stuck in there on this video. So these two will be deleted because I already have them. You won't be deleting these. Okay? So now we're just, after you change that ID, see it says 4, so I'd have to change it. So pretend I changed it because I ain't going to change it. But pretend I did to a number that's not on none of these other IDs. We're going to go back to the Giants and editor, and then we're going to go to the translate X at the end of the numbers. Hit Shift Control C as in cat. Click back on the Notepad++, and on the line, so we got 2. We got this one and this one we just added. So we're going to follow that one. We're going to forget about them 3, pretend they don't exist. We're going to click right after the position quotation mark area, left click, hold it down, drag it over, let go when it gets in front of this quotation, right click and click paste. So now I've got that number. As you can see, it's the same number above. That's why I'm going to delete these when I'm done, because I don't need it. And now we got to grab that number, but we're going to go in here to get it because you wouldn't have it. And we're going to go to rotate X, click on there, Shift Control C, go back to Notepad++, go to the rotate in front of the by the parentheses, and then all the way in between both of those. Don't add them. Right click and click paste. Then you would hit save, or you could go on and do the next one. So you go ahead and come back here, and you're going to click on this one, and then you're going to click it right above that little spot to make sure the parent's selected. Then you're going to grab these numbers, Shift Control C. You're going to go back to Notepad++. Now you're going to drop down to the next one. So you're going to come down to this line and go to that position, and you're going to highlight in between those, right click and click paste. Going to go back to the Giants editor. Going to click in the rotate X after the numbers. You're going to hit Shift Control and C. You're going to go back to Notepad++. You're going to click after the quotation and go in between them. Right click and click paste. Then you're going to hit save. Okay, I'm not going to hit save on this one yet till I delete them, but you would hit save and you would not delete them. Okay? Now, make sure you change that ID number. Remember, don't need to match any of the other ones. They all need to be different. Okay? Now, once you save it, you don't need a store item. You shouldn't need a store item. The main game one doesn't have a store item for this one, so you shouldn't need it. If for some reason you did all this right and something's an issue for you, then you can add one, but you shouldn't need it. Okay? Now, some of these up here do. This one does. Farm Barn does. But the rest of them didn't. So it depends. That one might have. The selling station vehicles did. But anyway, some of them do, some of them don't. Whatever. Trial and error. Figure it out. Just try whatever you need to do. Okay, but right now we don't need to add it. Okay, so I'm going to delete these. You're just going to hit save. So I'm trying to make sure I just delete that part. So that's 2 up to there. I'm going to hit delete. And then I'm going to backspace it 1. And I'm good to go. And I'm going to hit save. Okay? And then once you're done with that, we're ready to go in game. And like I say, first we need to make sure we save our map. And if you worked on your map and hadn't saved it, now's the time. But you also need to make sure, again, if you don't have a placeholders folder and you didn't put these in one, delete them. You just did the numbers in your placeables XML. Delete these bunkers. Make sure you delete the whole group. That whole group and that whole group. Okay? And then hit save. But in the meantime, you would go up to career start point, click on it, and then put it in this area. Control B as in boy, left mouse click, point the blue arrow where you want to face, whatever you want to do, and hit save. Again, make sure you painted the area with your farmland's info layer, or you will not own that, and it will not work. Now, if you don't have these mixers, uh, you're going to have a problem, because that's the thing that lets you buy this BGA. Okay, because these are on the BGA. Now, if you put these on your main farm and you just go ahead and buy the farm, then you can use them. If you go ahead and put these on a piece of land somewhere, then you don't need these mixers. You can buy the land that these sit on, wherever you painted your info layer for your farmland. Okay, so it just depends on what scenario you have. In this case, I'm going to be buying it here, and it so happens to be the whole thing. Okay, but on my farm, I would have to own my farm, which I already do, so I don't have to do that. I don't have to buy it. But if I was putting it over here somewhere, not on this, then I would need to buy that section, and I would need to make sure my farmland was painted under these so that I could buy it. Okay, so now we're going to go in the game and buy a tractor and try to hurry and cut some grass and go test it in game. So anyway, I hope everybody's enjoying the episodes. Hope these help you learn. I'm trying my best to say every little detail, because I know a lot of people leave out details sometimes. So I'm trying to give all the details I can. We're going to go to 15, continue, go to my map, continue, and start. But go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If these videos have helped you, please share it with your friends. Please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. I appreciate every single one of you. I got a lot more coming. Trying to get a lot more done. Hopefully we can do some new things coming up soon. And hopefully this helps you figure out how to do your map. I want to see some maps out there, so get to it. Everybody hopefully can look back and figure out what they need to know from the playlist. If you have a question hasn't been done, you can ask me a question, and I've been answering some subscriber questions and doing videos for them. If you're still having trouble and you've asked me a question, go ahead and re-ask me, and I'll try to do a video if I can, if I know the answer, or I'll try to answer it again, make sure I'm more clear. So anyway, we're going to go ahead. This is what we got here. It looks fine, and we're going to go on and get to work. Before we do anything, we're going to go ahead and borrow the money, because we got to buy the place. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Sorry about any noise. I'm using the keyboard to try to make it faster. And I'll just be quiet a minute to get this done. I didn't have a money cheat in here, so, and I didn't do the other way. You'd have to go back out to do the XML one. Alright, we're almost done. We got to sell a few things too, because it still don't give you enough to do it. I wish they'd let you borrow more money. You could change it, because the main game don't let you borrow but 600. So technically this one is letting me borrow more. Alright, so let's go sell stuff rather. Let's go sell this. This is expensive. Alright, let's sell the truck. No, let's sell the tractor. That's a little more money. We got 13, so now we got 14. We need another 100. Let's sell this one. Okay. And we still gotta buy some stuff, so I'll sell that because we still gotta buy some stuff. We're gonna go ahead here, sell some more things, sell this. We don't need any of this. I don't know, that might be more expensive. Yeah, it is. Alright, hopefully that's enough to buy whatever. We're gonna lease the rest of it. We're gonna go ahead and click. Hang on, let me get out of here. We're gonna go to here and buy a tractor, or lease one rather. Let's get this blue one and lease it. Alright. And now we're gonna get a mower real quick and lease that. Okay. And now we need the forge wagon. And we'll lease that. Alright. Okay, now we're going to go ahead to the store, jump in the vehicle, and get started. We're going to go to the main farm. We already own it. The grass is already painted there, so I'm just going to go there and get a little grass, and then we'll go to the place. Alrighty. And as you can see, I hadn't been doing too much over here. I did a little bit on the gas station, but I'm not through. So we're going to head on to the farm and get started. Shouldn't take too terribly long. We're just going to get a little bit of grass. I might only show one silo working, but if I can stop it quick enough, I'll do both. But I don't know how much grass I'm going to have, so. Alrighty. Get a little bit. We'll try to get about 6%, and then we'll head on. Alright, now we can stop it, lift it, close it, change it to that one, stop it, lift it. Alright, off we go. It's going to be a long drive. I can't help the tractor slow, but that is what it is. But off we go. I have not finished with the roads situating them, so, you know, this is all rough draft stuff. There's our main farm. I'm going to run him over. Oops. Sorry, sir. You shouldn't have been out in front of my yard. There's the farm. You can see all that stuff we got on the farm, most of it, except that silo. That one over there. We've done all that on XML work on a tutorial. So if you need to learn any of that, look back. I have a tutorial for it. Alright. So there we are. We're almost there. Take a minute. Got all these hills to go up. We're going to cut across. We're not going to follow the road. Try to take a shortcut here. And we're almost there. Slip in the backside right here. We already bought it, so we should be all set. As far as I know, I bought it. I might not have, did I? We'll see when we get up here. I don't know if I went over and bought it. I borrowed the money. I'll have to see. Let me back up. Alright, Control I. Okay, I didn't buy it. Hang on. I forgot. Gotta run over here and buy it real quick. And buy it. And run back. I gotta smooth that out, obviously. And jump back in and hit Control I. Alright. And I'm gonna stop it so I can save a little grass. And as you can see, I'm gonna run over this and compact it while I'm over here. And you can see it's compacting. And then I'm going to save the rest of that grass for the other side to show you it works. But as you can see, that's done. Now I'm going to hop out. I'm going to pull up a little and hop out. Go over here and hit R. And now we see that it worked. Covered it. And it says fermenting silage. So you see that would be what it would have said if you had left that as a 1 state in your XML. where it said 0. If you'd had it as 1, it would have said that, but it wouldn't have let you done that. So it needs to be on 0 so you can do the actual step. If it shows fill level chaff 0 and compacting 0 when you come in there, it's right. If it says fermenting like that size says when you first go in there, it's wrong. So this is what it needs to look like when you first go in there. And now hit Control I and dump it out. And then we're going to get out. We're going to run it over and compact it. See, it's compacting. That's correct. And that's what it's supposed to do. And then it's supposed to change to the silage. Okay? So now we're going to pull up, jump out, run over there, hit R, and that's right, fermenting silage. So you see when you step on it, it tells you. But if it says that when you first go in there, that means you're in your XML of your placeables XML where you added this. It says state 1. If it says fermenting silage right when you go in there before anything's in there. And that's why you're having problems where you can't put nothing in there. Okay? But anyway, we see that it works. There we go. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.